Howdy folks, welcome back to another Tech Tip of the Week. My name is Ben Drew, and this week we are going to explore EduAide AI. So this is a really neat little AI app that has come out for a little teacher productivity, and there's a lot of powerful kind of tools in it, so it hopefully will be helpful to you and helps you save time in some of the planning in preparing documents and things like that for your classes. So let's jump on in. So when you land in EduAide, you'll see you land on this page. So you see there's content generator, and there is an assistant, a feedback bot, an EduAide chat, and an assessment builder. Okay? I'll say some of this stuff is better than others. So for instance, content generator can be really cool. So you choose a subject you're in. So let's choose science. We'll do middle school. We want to plan a lesson outline. So you can do unit plans, you can do learning objectives, you can do assessment measures, rubrics. Other things you can make are information objects, anchor charts, slide, outline, lists, demonstrations, independent practice, cooperative learning, gamification, and questions. Okay, so like gamification is kind of cool. Quiz, trade, review game, Jeopardy style game, quest-based game, an escape room, this or that, etc. So we're going to just look at planning. Let's check out a lesson sheet. So we're doing grade 7. We want to do a lesson, and we want to do something like an inquiry-based lesson on biotic and abiotic factors in an ecosystem. Okay. So the first thing is you can hit enhance, and it'll kind of flesh it out and maybe create a learning target. So we hit enhance. So students will investigate and demonstrate understanding of how living organisms, biotic factors, and non-living organisms in an ecosystem interact, depend on one another through inquiry-based learning methods. So we have our enhanced thing, so we're going to add to workspace. Now on the right-hand side, it pops up and it gives you some objectives. Prior knowledge, so students should have a basic understanding of ecosystems and their components. So then we have like Q set, so show students pictures of an ecosystem, identify. Q set 2, introduce a couple terms, divide students into small groups. Direct instruction strategy 2, practice assignment, divide students into pairs, assign each pair a specific ecosystem. Formative assessment measures, deep questions. Okay, so it generated a bunch of ideas for you. You can go in. What's neat is this transform button. You can extract keywords. You can chunk the text. You can increase or decrease the lexile, like the amount of words, translate into French or Spanish, and generate answer keys. You can also click this edit button, and you can actually go in there, like I don't like that, get rid of it. So maybe we want a rubric for that idea, so we could add a rubric, and then it creates one. So let's look at like a research project. We enhance it. Students will investigate and demonstrate understanding of how living organisms through inquiry-based. And let's see what they come up with a research project for this inquiry-based lesson. So choose an ecosystem, research, information gathering. A student will conduct research and information gathering, research presentation. So create a presentation, evaluation criteria. So it's not going to create the perfect lesson for you, but it can lay a lot of groundwork and kind of save you a bit of time. So let's switch to another, social studies. We'll do upper class. So let's say you're teaching sociology and you want to talk about the conflict theory. So analyze and apply conflict theorems to understand the dynamic nature of social interactions and their impacts on social structures and inequalities. Love it. So now we're creating kind of a lesson plan about conflict theorem and the impact on power structures and social inequalities. Okay, so let's say we want to do a slides presentation on conflict theory. So we just click slide outline and then add. And then it will give you a layout. So it's not going to make the slides for you, but it will give you a good idea of, oh, I can put this into a presentation or whatever for my students. So you can also look at the assistant. So this is your little teacher assistant. So it gives you email outlines, syllabus starters, class announcements, and it can help do some of that for you, some of the legwork on that. Substitute planner, newsletter outline, letter of recommendation, student updates. Let's talk about the feedback bot. So they have a tool built in here for you to put student work into and then generate feedback for the student. You are not supposed to use this in Nova Scotia. It's not best teaching practice, and more importantly, it infringes on your students' intellectual property rights. If you put student work into AI, the AI then has access to it to train on, thereby taking your students' intellectual property. So you shouldn't be putting any of your students' work into AI checkers or into anything that gives feedback. Okay, so just skip this one. So you have your content generator, your assistant, EduAide chat. You can talk to it, but you have to pay for that. So if you want to pay for it, the other things are free. So if you like it, it's like $5 a month. Then you can chat with it. But I mean, there's other chat programs out there. And then you have an assessment builder. So let's say we're doing phases of mitosis. So in the assessment builder, I guess I've used up all of my assessment questions when I was playing around with it. I'm not sure how often they refresh. You get unlimited if you switch to the Pro version. But I'm really here for the content generator. The assistant is neat as well. So there's lots with it that comes free in planning, so like gamification, cooperative learning. So go check out EduAide, and you can find lots of resource and generate for whatever you are teaching. All right, thank you very much for joining, and we'll see you in the next one.